Hey guys, what's going on? It's the Sheriff with another Watcher Realms video, and today we're going to be taking a look at Ingrid, and we're going to do a quick kit read through, and then Watcher Realms actually posted something to their Discord that I want to take a look at. It's kind of interesting. It shows their damage numbers for Ingrid for AoE and single target without switching in between her two modes. But we'll go ahead and take a look at her kit. She's going to be coming up on the Ancient Summon tomorrow morning. Um, so we'll take a look here. When she's deployed, enter Solar Mode. Solar Mode launches four basic attacks and turns the next four launching four basic attacks turns the next basic attack into Solar Flare, which deals 270% AoE damage to up to 15 enemies. That's crazy. Most AoE heroes are like 8 or 10, so 15 is a lot. Stellar Mode, launching four basic attacks, turns the next basic attack into Star Shower. Star Shower deals 50% damage to one enemy in range 9 times. So a 9 hitter too. So this is not only a lot of damage, 450% damage, but um, it's a 9 hitter, which is awesome. Now, just her basic, Solar Mode deals 100% AoE damage up to 8 enemies. And then Stellar Mode deals 50% damage twice to one enemy. So again, double hitter, which is very nice. Um, skill ups are just some extra damage. And now actually, you know what? Well, yeah, let's read her ultimate. Her ultimate just switches her um, from stellar to solar. So doesn't do anything super special. Um, doesn't buff either mode. Just switches. So triggering solar flare grants one solar energy point and triggers Star Shower. Grants one stellar energy point. Up to 5 energy points can be accumulated. Each solar energy point or stellar energy point increases damage by 3%. Reaching 5 solar energy points triggers solar overload, and reaching 5 stellar energy points triggers stellar overload. Okay, so again, her uh, stellar mode is single target. So stellar mode increases attack by 20%, during which the ultimate cannot be used. Stellar energy will be cleared when the effect duration ends. Okay. And then solar reduces attack interval by 15%, during which the ultimate cannot be used. Okay. So for AoE mode, reduces attack interval by 15%, and for single target mode, increases attack by 20%, which is crazy. Extra 20% attack is. Now, triggering Solar Flare grants one solar energy point, and triggering Star Shower grants one stellar energy point. So that kind of. Oh, sorry. This is still that. Okay. Solar Flare deals an additional true damage one time equal to 100% of the hero's attack to each enemy hit. Each damage dealt by Star Shower has a 15% chance of inflicting burning and a 15% chance of inflicting radiant erosion. So Solar Flare. Wow. So this that's the AOE talent that she had right here. There's your Solar Flare. So that AoE talent that deals 270% AoE damage up to 15 enemies also deals 100% true damage, which is crazy in AoE to 15 enemies. Each damage dealt by Star Shower has a 15% chance of inflicting burning or radiant erosion. That's that 9 hitter. So each each damage, so a 15% chance over 9 attacks to inflict burning, and then a separate 15% chance to inflict radiant erosion. And then you can increase that by another 10%, so 25% chance. So really, on average, you're gonna trigger that twice per thing, and then increases damage in the arena by 15%, which is pretty crazy. It would be nice if they reduced her cost by 5 because she's pretty expensive, but she is gonna be unbelievably good. The only thing is her range is a little bit weird. She is a Watcher Lord, so we'll take a look at her Lord skill. Generic 15%, and then periodically increases faction team members' damage and healing bonus by 50% for 20 seconds, right? So it's the same thing as Leia has, but then After the Lord deals direct damage to an enemy, faction team members deal 20% extra damage to that enemy within 3 seconds. Um, that's pretty crazy because that means she's everybody on her team, especially if it's like a boss fight or something, is going to be doing 20% extra damage to that boss, which is crazy, especially for somebody like Lucius or something who's already really good at Guild Boss 2. She's probably also going to be really good at Guild Boss 2. And she has dual faction membership. She's the first Lord ever to have dual faction membership with Arbiters. So if you have Praetus, she's going to be absolutely insane under Praetus lead. She's also going to be insane under her own lead. Um, we'll take a look at her Awakening. Stellar Mode deals 20% damage to targets inflicted with Radiant Erosion and receives 20% less damage from targets inflicted with Radiant Erosion. So Stellar Mode is a single target, I believe. Yeah, single powerful enemy. So this buffs her single target to targets inflicted with Radiant Erosion. So again, gonna be amazing for uh, Guild Boss 2, right? Because you're gonna want to run her in a Praetus team on Guild Boss 2, and she's gonna do a ton of damage. Attack plus 300 increases faction team members' attack by 5%. Okay. What is her base attack is 6,000. Um, so let's see. Yeah, it's about 5% anyway, so 300 is 5%. It's slightly less than 5%, but um, that's okay. That's still just about average. And then faction team members attack by 5%. That's nice. During the Solar Overload and Stellar Overload reduces the number of basic attacks required by the talent to trigger Solar Flare and Star Shower to 1. Wow. That's crazy. That's insane, because this is, I believe it was once every 4 attacks, and now it's just happening on every single attack. She's hitting 9 times that. That's an insane awakening. Penetration plus 8%, that's nice. And then Solar Flare ignores 20% magic resistance. That's the AoE. That's okay. So she's going to do a ton of damage. Um, just an unbelievable amount of damage with dual faction membership. Yes, you should definitely be pulling everything you have for her. Um, and then I wanted to pull up what Watcher Realms posted to their Discord. So they said they did a damage test on her, right, against Komet and Hex. And they ran Hex with Sutra and Komet with Tear Twilight. So stage 121 AoE test results. Uh, she blew Komet out of the water, AoE wise. So they said they just left her in her solar AoE mode. They did not swap or do anything, and she just did tons of damage. And then single target, she only did about 2/3 the damage that Hex did, which doesn't sound that great. Um, but you have to think that Hex has a Sutra. She's probably just in a tier of Twilight here. And if you go ahead and look at what I deal for guild boss, right? Hex is obviously my number 1 DPS. Then I have Sulcanins, right? And then I have a massive drop off, and I have Setram who does less than half of what Hex does. Like, she's gonna be very good. She's gonna be top 3 on Nightmare 4. For me, at least, she would be. And then for Guild Boss 2, I mean, she's doing true damage. She's doing Radiant Erosion. If you get super lucky and get her A1, she's doing bonus damage to targets with Radiant Erosion. It's gonna be insane. She's gonna be probably the best or second best behind Praetus DPS wise. Um, Yeah, she's going to be very, very good. So, all right, I just wanted to do a little spotlight, show kind of how good she's going to be. If you guys like this kind of content, let me know. Please like and subscribe. Have an awesome day. Thanks.